Hello, if we haven't met before, I'm Becca. I run Richard Gray Creations alongside Richard. This is the brand new Aeldari Eldritch Raiders battle force, built around Prince Uriel and a full Corsair raid party, and I am ridiculously excited about it. This is an advanced review sample from Games Workshop. We're past the embargo now, Saturday the 14th of February, so here we go, I can open it up. Can we just appreciate the Corsair fantasy for a second? The void between the stars is already a spectacularly dangerous place, even at the best of times. And then you throw in the many perils of the 41st millennium into the mix, and it becomes somewhere only the most daring, or the most balmy, might tread. The Aeldari answer to that is basically, well, then we just need to go faster. Corsairs are the Aeldari who live in the cracks between everything. Not quite Craftworld, not quite Drakari, and not quite anything that you'd call sensible. Okay, I will do this in two passes. We'll do a little quick inventory so you can sanity check the contents, and then I'm going to do a little bit more detail and look at the options and what you're really getting. So in the box, we've got Prince Uriel, which is a new miniature with a helmet option and back banners. Kharseth the Aethermancer, which is a Void Dreamer Psyker. 10 Corsair Sky Reavers, the new jump pack Corsairs. 10 Corsair Voice Guards, which is the existing kit, a really solid ground crew. And a brand new Viper kit, which can also build the Corsair Starfang variant with Drakari weapons. Arguably the centre of this whole box is Prince Uriel. Uriel is one of those Aeldari characters where the story is basically, this guy is unbelievably talented, deeply proud, and occasionally a complete menace, but he's still the same kind of person who turns up when he's needed. He was the High Admiral of Craftworld Liandon, famous for its naval tactics, and then pride and politics do what they always do, and he leaves. That exile is what gives birth to the Eldritch Raiders, this roaming Corsair fleet that becomes one of the most infamous Aeldari pirate forces in the galaxy. And what I love about it is, even though he is left, he's still tied to the Liandon. When the craft world is truly threatened, he turns up. It's very Aeldari, lots of drama, but real duty underneath it. So he's got his signature back banners, loads of decorative detail, and a helmeted option this time. So the Void Dreamer. This is quite interesting. A Void Dreamer is a specialist psyker tuned into the void, so they can feel the shifting eddies of the warp and guide fleets through Empyrean channels that would burn out dozens of lesser navigators. That's such a good Corsair detail because it makes their raids feel less like random piracy and more like precise, timed, deliberately cruel. They arrive at the exact wrong moment for you and the exact right moment for them. And on the battlefield, their control over the void manifests as freezing blasts that rip life away and expose their victims to the lethal energy of the long dark. With that in mind, here is Kharseth. Kharseth is this is why you didn't see us coming part of the box. If Uriel is swagger, Kharseth is the unsettling precision. Painting wise, I think keep the void effects cold, let the cloth and armour carry a bit of warmth if you want the contrast, and don't highlight everything evenly, with Aeldari restraint looks expensive. Right, the headline kit is the Corsair Sky Reavers. This is the bit that makes them feel like a proper Corsair release. We've got jump packs, we've got elite shock troops, and we've got close range brutality. You get 10 in the box, so 2 units of 5 or 1 unit of 10, and more importantly, there's a massive assortment of heads, which is brilliant because nothing ruins that ragtag space pirate crew like 10 identical faces staring right back at you. Options wise, the fella can choose between the Shrieking Pistol, the Fusion Pistol, the Neurodisruptor, or a Raiding Hook. And for special weapons, you've got a real proper spread. You have the Shredder, the Blaster, the Fusion Gun, and the Flamer. So you can build these with a real job in mind. They can be fragile, but they are fast and they're really nasty up close. And they can basically decide that they're done with the fight and just leave, which is very on brand. If the combat turns into a slog, Corsairs don't stick around to prove a point. They just stop being there. Okay, the Viper. I think this will make a lot of Aeldari players very happy. It finally has a fresh kit, and it's a stunner. The swooping curves are much more in line with the modern Aeldari aircraft and its jetpack design. The redesigned gun pod is really interesting. You can position it to fire forwards or nestle down facing backwards to preserve that sleek silhouette of the vehicle. And there's the Corsair twist, the Starfang. Corsair assaults are lightning fast. Strike one target with overwhelming power and then zip away with the ill-gotten booty in tow. And this thing fits that perfectly. I love the idea of Corsairs running Drakari flavoured weapons because it makes them feel opportunistic. Not just pure Craftworld doctrine, more like, we'll use whatever deletes you fastest. Rounding it off, we've got 10 Corsair Voice Guard, which is the existing kit, but that is still great for that boots on the ground part of the raiding party. So I want to slow down for a minute and talk about how I approach building Kharseth, the Aethermancer, because this kind of character either paints beautifully or it becomes a real headache depending on how you assemble it. I've split him into 4 sub-assemblies. Well, I say I have, you can see those are Richard's fingers. And each one has a job. The main front body section, so you have the legs, the torso, the helm, they stay together. The rear cloak and the back section, including that raised arm, is separate because it wraps and exposes the silhouette. If you glue that on too early, you will lose that brush access inside those folds. And this cloak is smooth, it's sweeping, it's elegant. It really rewards a clean blend. Then the staff stays separate. It crosses across the whole body line and partially interrupts the chest detail, so painting around it while it's attached will just be way too awkward for absolutely no reason. Finally, you have the scenic base element. That always comes last, always. If you're working like this, dry fit everything first. Make sure that the staff sits exactly where it should be before you commit. A tiny angle shift can really change the whole flow of your whole pose. Here is the 360. And this is really where the model tells you what it wants. The front is the true focal point. It's not the staff, it's the helm and the lens and the faceplate. That's got that wonderful, large, smooth gem-like structure. It draws the eye immediately, and it should be the star of the show. As the model rotates, you can see that the cloak creates this beautiful, continuous S-curve, and it really carries the motion of the piece. That's where your light placement should travel. Follow that curve, let the highlights reinforce the movement. The rear cloak is broad and smooth, far less busy. That gives you negative space, and negative space is powerful. It lets the front remain the story. And then there's the staff. The staff is ornate, detailed, but comparatively really quite slim. It anchors the model vertically, but it shouldn't overpower your helm. If you make the staff glow intensely, it will compete with the face. If you keep it slightly restrained, maybe a subtle glow or a bit of non-metallic metal, it will support the narrative instead of shouting over it. And that fits the law. Kharseth isn't a duelist charging forward like Uriel, he's a void dreamer, someone who senses the current of the warp and guides Corsair fleets through routes that would burn out lesser navigators. The staff isn't his legendary dueling weapon, and that difference matters when you paint it. I think with Aeldari especially, restraint is what makes them look expensive. Smooth armour, confident blends, controlled highlights. If everything glows, nothing glows. Pick one hero element. With this hero, I think we're going to do the helmet lens, and then just let the rest support it. So that's the Eldritch Raiders. Uriel's return, Kharseth, the new Sky Reavers, the new Viper Starfang kit, plus Void Scars and all those transfers. Right, I am off to build more tiny space pirates. If you've enjoyed this, I'm Becca from Richard Gray Creations. We do loads of in-depth painting breakdowns, build discussions, and slightly obsessive hobby analysis over here. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see how these actually get painted, or want more Aeldari nonsense in your life, give the video a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you're most excited about from this box. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.